What are some of the core technology problems that you've been experiencing at the companies you've worked at, or ones you're aware of, but you've just been lucky and had to deal with them? What are some of those?
One of the things I think we're finally starting to get over the hump on a lot of it. I was right in the throes. If you look at some of the roles I've had, this whole idea of cloud coming to fruition, that cloud as we kind of know it today, AWS environments, those sort of things. I remember when that first started taking off, and for a lot of good reasons, it made a lot of good sense. But as healthcare tends to be a slow adopter of most every technology that comes out, core technology, they were not getting on board. They were not doing it. A lot of times you'd hear these, security arguments for why we weren't going to do it.
Right.
So many things like that.
I would assume regulatory got thrown around because it's been my experience that if you're in a regulated industry, if you don't like something, you could always threaten. Regulation's always a good way to threaten a new idea to shut it down, right? So
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, how is our data going to be more secure, in this cloud environment than we can do here, in our own environment? But over time, those arguments, they just didn't hold up, right? I mean, it's like XYZ healthcare company that's trying to stretch every dollar. I can promise you, you're not going to outspend AWS on building the secure environment. You're just not going to do it, right? So over time, that's been, a big shift and transition. I know there's still a lot of healthcare companies and customers of ours that still have big data centers and lots of
oh yeah,
people out
yeah.
there running them,